Whiskey Customs, and obviously we've got the Banshee here, and we're here to dyno it because, you know, before we improve it, we figured might as well find out how much power it's making now, and then we can do all the upgrades we can do, and then know how much better we made it. Yeah, the only problem is we got these super knobby tires on here, so I think the solution is gonna be to just smoke those tires off so it'll work better on the dyno. This is the Banshee we got for $500, and we're gonna put a whole lot more money into it to make it actually nice, upgrade it, make it the best Banshee it can be, and then we'll probably give it away on the channel. That was, I think that was 5th gear. Also, I decided to wear shorts because it was really hot. That was a bad plan. I think I've already burnt both my legs on the pipes. Oh, I gotta take a break. I'm about to puke. That was a lot of donuts.
How they looking?
Oh, these tires are indestructible.
Wow.
Man, seriously, I couldn't stand up right now. That was too many.
This is going to be our very first time actually knowing how much power we gained after building something. I am so stoked. So what I see here is, according to Google, we got 34 horsepower from the factory. So what would that be wheel horsepower, you think, on your dyno?
I'm gonna guess we're gonna have at least 10-15% loss. I'm gonna say if 34 at the crank from the factory, we should see 25.
So this is the Jackery Explorer 1500. It's a beast of a solar generator. We just had it charging outside for a while. Now we're gonna see if we can use the Loud, as we call it, powered by the Jackery, on the power of the sun, to chop through this 2 1/4 inch solid steel bar. This thing's pretty awesome because if the power goes out, you can power the stuff in your house. You could run your refrigerator off of this, you could run your microwave, you know, run some lights, whatever you need to run. You can also, of course, charge your phone and anything that charges with USB. So, you know, you can take it camping. If you live in a van, it'd be ideal. And all of that, you can charge it back up with a few solar panels. And it's all super portable, you know. Obviously, this has a carrying handle. The solar panels fold up into little briefcase-like things with carrying handles as well. You know, you can just unfold your solar panels. They got little stand things on the back. So from July 26th through August 1st, Jackery has a huge sale going on their website. So check out the link to see that. And they have all different sizes of these for, you know, whatever your needs are. They've got smaller ones, bigger ones, and they're all awesome. So go check it out. Oh yeah, 420 watts. Here, I'll bog it down a little bit.
We're unstoppable. We're making videos next blackout for sure.
Yeah.
So we brought you your first Barbie Jeep, but is this your first quad?
Yeah, I think so. And certainly the first two-stroke. I'm kind of curious to see how the air fuel gauge works with some two-stroke oil in it. I don't know if we'll get an accurate number there. I'm also interested to see what the TAC has to say about the two-stroke thing too, because I don't know that there's a setting in there to set it up for two-stroke. So we might get some really weird numbers.
Yeah, that could be really weird.
Well, the first step is to make sure that we are reading spark every 360 degrees, not every 720 degrees, because it's a two-stroke. And so then trick number 2 is going to be to change my RPM on the dyno gauge here so that we have an idea, because it just hits 10 grand real easy and just stays there. So I'm hoping I can find the button to move that. Obviously, I don't ever need 10,000 RPM tuning Harleys. So if one of those turns 10 grand, we've got other problems. Again, if we kind of look at the top half of the graph, that looks close to something that I would expect. We're 36.66 horsepower at 7,360 RPM. You've kind of got that once it comes on the pipe peak that I would expect, and then it kind of dips off, and you get just a little bit of over rev peak there, and I think that's pretty accurate.
That is awesome.
So here's our good run, is the kind of red one. That's the last one we made, the 36.66 horsepower. And we kind of heard during one of the runs it was kind of running a little funny. I think maybe it wasn't warm enough yet. And that's what we see. This ugly green squiggly line is definitely indicative of something that wasn't quite running right. There we go.
That looks like a dyno chart.
Yeah. Got that inductive pickup problem figured out by the ultimate process of trial and error. So that looks a whole lot better.
Yeah. Very consistent. Too.
Yeah, and all right about the same. We're like 22 to 27 foot-pounds and 32 to 37 horsepower, all right about the same spot.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of see that same, like, wasn't quite warm yet in the first pull.
Yep.
Two strokes especially are super picky about heat because of the scavenging effect of the pipe.
Right.
And I mean, it's almost like having a supercharger when it comes on that pipe. It's pulling so hard across the chamber that you get a lot better cylinder fill, and it's super obvious what happens. Well, that's 6,500, boy. She just comes to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that super dead spot there too. That's like worse. Like it's not at the bottom.
Oh,
like,
yeah, down here.
It's actually like lower RPMs. It's got a little bit, and then I can feel it and hear it too. Like there's just this part where it just. Yeah. And that dead spot might be able to be tuned out too if we had more tunable carbs or something.
So cool. So we're definitely making more than stock.
Yeah.
So she's got pipes. I wonder if she's got anything else in there.
Hard to know.
Especially to the wheels. I mean, man, that's crazy.
Also, the wheel bearings are completely shot in the rear axle.
So. Well, and like we talked about the last time, I've got that bearing that's a little iffy in the dyno too. So
that's actually pretty impressive.
That could be several horsepower more than that even.
Right.
We'll get that bearing fixed eventually. It's incredibly difficult to take this thing apart.
I believe that. Oh yeah, I'm pumped. This is a huge success.
Yeah, well, that means we can focus on making everything else good and then worry about the engine if it's already making 36 horsepower.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, that was a great success. We've dynoed 2 things now, and we only blew up one of them. We didn't blow this one up. So that's a huge success, and it makes more power than it did from the factory, at least on this dyno today. So yeah, that means we can start upgrading all the other things and not have to worry about the engine for a little while, and then we can upgrade the engine and see how much more power we're making, because
For sure.
that's always the goal, is more power and knowing how much more power you have. So yeah, that was absolutely a win. And next time we come here, things are gonna get weird.